Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Courtney, and today I'm doing the Ideal Palette tag by Lindsay Loves Mac. She tagged me and I'm so excited because I really love this one because I'd seen the one that was going around. I think it's called the Perfect Palette, but I don't own a lot of palettes, so I wouldn't have been able to do that one. So when she tagged me in this one, I was like, this is awesome. So basically what you do is kind of create your own palette based on the colors and shadows that you already own, and it's just what your ideal palette would be. So you get to choose 2 highlights, 2 lid colors, 2 crease colors, 2 outer corner colors, and then 2 bonus colors, and then the packaging that you would like. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. So for my 2 highlight colors, I'm going to go ahead and steal the one from the Naked palette and call Virgin as my first one, because this one is just a very good light color, because sometimes when you want it just to be a little bit more noticeable when it's highlighted, it's good to go with something a lot lighter than your skin tone, and this one is almost white but not quite. So this is really gorgeous and would look perfect as the first highlight shade in my palette. So now my second shade is completely smashed, and it's my own doing because I went to the bottom of the pan and then I dropped it, so it broke all over. So it's actually a Makeup Geek eyeshadow though, and I am in love with this color, and it's only $6, which is super affordable and amazing. And it is called the color Shimma Shimma. Let me just try and do this without getting it everywhere. It's not going to pay off as nicely because it is all crunched on my hand, but it's just a really gorgeous champagne-y color. I use this thing every day, sometimes even all over the lid as well, so it's nice because it's versatile, but just absolutely gorgeous. As I said, a nice light pinky champagne, very gorgeous for highlighting. So you can kind of barely see them, but just shimmering on my wrist. So the first one, oops, over here is Virgin, and then this one here is the Shimma Shimma. Both just gorgeous highlight shades. So now for all over the lid, I like to do a color that would look well just on its own or also blended with other colors. So my first one is the Infallible one from L'Oreal, and this is in the color Amber Rush. This guy was talked about forever this year. He is such, I don't know why it's a he, but it is such a gorgeous rose gold color. Very stunning, extremely pigmented. This color is just absolutely stunning. This thing, ugh, I love my metallic, so this guy just got me instantly. So you can kind of see it there. Just that was one swipe. It is so gorgeous, and I will be doing close-ups of everything, as you will probably have already noticed, but absolutely stunning. I love this color. My second all-over shade is a little bit different, but all of them basically have shimmer in them because I love colors with shimmer. But it is again from my Naked palette, and it is the color Sidecar, which is this one right here. Very gorgeous, kind of a light taupey color, very beautiful. This one does have a bit of excess shimmer, I will say, but it's nice and gray. But the great thing about it too is that when you swatch it, it actually has less gray and kind of more brown undertones. So it would be good to, whoops, mix and match your outer corner shades, and then it can kind of look different depending on how you do it. So very gorgeous for all over the lid. I love that one. So here is the close-up, and this one is the Amber Rush. Gorgeous rosy gold and almost somewhat brown undertones. And then this one is Sidecar from the Naked palette. Once again, really gorgeous. You can kind of see those taupey undertones as well. Alright, so now for my 2 crease colors, I like to go with one matte shade and then of course one with just a little bit of shimmer but not too much, because I have so many shimmers, so I like to kind of also have a crease color sometimes that has just a bit, just so that it's blending very well. So my first one is from the Wet n Wild Sweet as Candy palette. These guys are so affordable and they actually have really good pigmentation, so I'm going for the actual crease color in the palette, which is just a really nice brown. Very gorgeous, even also again with some gray undertones as well. Very pretty, and then it just swatches very nicely. This one actually goes really well with the Sidecar from the Naked palette. It complements it really well, so that would be a good one where you do the overall lid with the Sidecar, and then I would use this one in the crease. I didn't do this very well, as you guys can tell, but there is the color right here, and once again I'll be doing close-ups, but really gorgeous, swatches great. And then I like to have a matte color as well to use in the crease, and this one is Mocha by Makeup Geek, and I love her eyeshadows. As I told you, the Shimma Shimma one is by her. They're very affordable, they have great pigmentation, very comparable to MAC, so I really love these. So this is, as I said, Mocha. It's just a really nice, very good matte brown, and I use this guy all of the time because it's basically one of the only matte shades that I own, because I really do love shimmer, but It's just, it's very buildable, and you can start it out as kind of lighter, but it does build to a darker brown color, and whoop, there it is right there. So now I'll do a close-up. So this is the one from Wet n Wild, that nice crease color. As you can see, it's kind of just a bit darker than the other two, so that would be great for this palette, as well as the nice matte brown mocha from Makeup Geek. Looks really good. So my outer corner is actually the hardest eyeshadows for me to choose because I have so many that I just love working into that outer corner and just smoking out, making really beautiful eyes. But my first, and one that I've had since the beginning of my collection, and this is Bronze by MAC. Just the most stunning pigmented brown. It is so pretty, and it's bronze. It kind of has like that rusty color to a brown. It's really something. Really gorgeous. Great to work into that outer corner because this color again is really good at starting out kind of light, and then you can build it up as well. I'm not going to try and show you on my arm because you're not going to be able to see it, so I'll just wait for the close-up. And then my next one is by CoverGirl, and this is in the color 355. I hate how CoverGirl puts their names on the packaging that comes off and then gets thrown out. But these were actually, I was surprised they weren't talked about that much. They came with the Flamed Out collection when they had the eyeshadow sticks as well. They kind of also came out with a collection again and said that it was for the Hunger Games and the Capitol looks, but it came out before that even was a thing. But anyways, the whole point of this is that I really like this color for my outer corner. I think it's just a really gorgeous color. These pots are actually really pigmented. These are the only two kind of normal colors in the collection though, because the rest of them were very colorful. They had like blues and greens. It was insane. But this is kind of just like a really nice taupey kind of brown, and just really fits in with this palette that I am building here. Really nice and gorgeous, and just some purple undertones, which taupe kind of has, but really gorgeous and blends really well. So as you can see, this is the Bronze by MAC, really nice kind of rusty brown, and this is the CoverGirl one in 355, really nice kind of taupey purpley undertones, which I absolutely love. And as you can see, the palette is kind of starting to build itself. Now my two bonus shades, and these are really hard to choose because I wanted to include all my little extras, but I went for ones that kind of complemented the palette that I was building because I was going to go with MAC's Cranberry because I absolutely love that color. I think it's so pigmented and so gorgeous. I just love it so much, but I swatched it with the rest of them and it just didn't look right. So I went for something along the same lines but that just fit into the palette I was building, and this is Burlesque. This is by Makeup Geek as well. Really stunning purpley cranberry color. One little swipe and it is so pigmented, so gorgeous. I love Makeup Geek. I'm just gonna keep talking about her because she's awesome, but really stunning. Oh my goodness. I just did one swatch and it was actually insane. So I love this guy so much, so beautiful. And this is great for like, I think a date night. I don't know why. I think the name just suits it really well, and also just, it's really sexy. And then for my last one, this guy cannot be in, this guy cannot not be in a palette. And this is Satin Taupe by MAC. This color is a staple. It is so beautiful. Really gorgeous. And again, it goes along kind of with the palette that I was building, which is why I wanted to include it, but it's just so pretty. This color you can use as an overall. If you wanted to do a smoky eye, you could use it in the outer corner to deepen things up. You can blend it into the crease. Just really beautiful. So here are the last two shades. This one here is Burlesque. It's coming off a little bit brown on camera, but it actually does have more purple to it. And then there is the, of course, wonderful and gorgeous Satin Taupe. So here is the whole collection on its own. I probably should have swatched the first two again, but they're just really nice highlight shades. And there it is, a beautiful kind of neutral, natural palette. So that is my ideal palette, and I must say I wouldn't mind owning this thing. It would actually be really gorgeous. Just really nice kind of gradient shades that would blend really well together, so that's nice. Okay, so for the perfect packaging of the palette, I must say I really love the original Naked palette by Urban Decay and what they did with their packaging. I love that it's soft and that it closes and that it's metallic, so it kind of snaps back together. I love the arrangement of the colors and just how it goes from the light to the dark, and it just makes sense. I love that there is a mirror. I think I would say that if I were to change up the palette though, because obviously I don't want it to be exactly the same, I would make the mirror a little bit bigger because I do believe that this, I mean, I guess it kind of works, but I don't know, when I'm using it, it always feels a little bit small. And then this part right here where it comes with a brush, I wish, because it always comes with, hang on, I have it. It always comes with a flat like concealer brush, which I don't understand because when I put my colors on, I like to use a brush like this one from Sigma where it has more fluff to it. Here, I can show you the comparison. So this one is like basically like a concealer brush and how flat it is, and then this one is Sigma and it has a lot more fullness to it, and this picks up shadows a lot better. So I would say that I wish that it had more fluff to it, and I also wish that it was double-sided and that it had this on the other end. This one is by Sigma as well. I wish that it had kind of like an outer V kind of blending brush on the other end. So it would look something, excuse me for a second, like this. So this would be my brush. Obviously not as big, but I wish it would have something that was a little bit fuller and then it had something to blend with. Because even when these do come double-sided, it's basically the same thing on both sides, and I just don't understand because this brush is so clean because I barely ever use it. So that's my one complaint about that, and that's what I would have in my palette, is would have a double-ended brush, and the brush would actually be usable to do really awesome eyes with. Especially when you have colors where it's like, you know, you can build and you can do crease colors. I think it'd be good to have something that would kind of let that happen. So yeah, I mean, I honestly, it sounds dumb, but I really like this. I like how sleek it is, how thin it is. It fits into like my smallest makeup bag that's lengthwise long as well. It's just really nice. I think the only thing is I might change the fabric. I like that it's soft and I don't want it to be metal, but this kind of tends to pick up the dust. So I think that's the only thing I would change. Yeah, a little bit of a bigger mirror. I like the layout of the shadows. I think that's really nice. And then yeah, just the brush. So overall though, the Naked palette packaging is really, really gorgeous and they did a really good job. So that would be my palette and what it would look like. I hope you guys enjoyed this tag. If you did, make sure to do it and then tweet it to me or something like that, or leave it in the comments just letting me know that you did it, and I would love to see yours because this is really fun kind of creating your own palette, and it's funny how makeup from all different areas can kind of come together and create just fabulous looks, which I think is really cool, and why it's so awesome that there are so many brands out there that we get to try. So very cool. Maybe I'll introduce you to some new brands. I'll leave the links of where I got these colors down below, especially Makeup Geek, because I love her and I really do think she's affordable and awesome, and what she's doing is just great. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to go check out Lindsay Loves Mac's video. I will link that down below as well, and I'm going to tag some specific people to keep this going. Sorry guys, running out of breath here. And I will see you in my next video, but don't forget, you're all beautiful. Bye guys.